strange movements caught on camera, or eerie shadows spotted by people. These moments are exactly why hospitals feel unsettling, especially when they are empty. So stay tuned for the scariest videos captured in the most haunted hospitals that no one was supposed to see. Even knowing about the paranormal activity, it still takes guts, like these friends, who were well aware that the local hospital had been shut down due to strange occurrences, but they still decided to explore it, and exactly what they'd expect happened. While checking one of the rooms, a dark figure pushing a wheelchair suddenly sped past the hallway. They were terrified. They ran outside to check, but no one was there. Just the wheelchair, as if it had rolled out on its own. But the worst part? That same dark figure was now sitting quietly on the bench behind them. That moment was enough. They ran and never came back. Worst experience. A couple went to explore a closed hospital in the middle of the night, but as they walked around, they found themselves in a room where everything changed. There, they saw a patient lying on the bed, and the sight of it scared them. Suddenly, the wife saw a huge bouquet with a name on it in the way, as of someone who had passed away. Out of nowhere, doctors and staff appeared, grabbed the wife, and took her away. The husband, in shock, ran, but he couldn't save her. Now, if you think they were human, you're wrong. They were the very staff who had taken their own lives when the hospital closed, and they were still doing the same work they did in life. Unseen presence. A patient was laying in his hospital bed when suddenly an unseen force pulled him. Even his legs were in the air, proving that the guy had no control over what's happening, and he had to hold on to the bed with all his strength to protect himself. Just then, a nurse walked in, and everything stopped. The room was normal again. They checked the CCTV, but nothing was there. No movement, no one entered. Maybe it was some unseen force, something that didn't want him to stay in that room. Satan help. Watch this one at your own risk, because it's horrible. This woman's husband was in critical condition, and doctors said he didn't have much time left. But then she did something no one expected. Instead of praying normally, she started calling for help through dark magic and Satan. Within seconds, it looked like something had taken over her. She began laughing loudly, shouting in her local language, and throwing things like she didn't care anymore. The hospital staff stood shocked. No one moved. What happened in that room was not just grief. It was something much darker. Hunting went wrong. These YouTubers, who usually went ghost hunting just for fun, decided to explore an abandoned hospital. They were casually walking around, filming everything, when something unexpected happened. While passing by a room, they noticed hands moving on a heavy machine, like someone was sitting there working. They rushed inside to check, but no one was there. They searched the whole room carefully, but found nothing. All of them were left with the same thought. Who was sitting there just seconds ago? They had questions, but no answers. Signal from far.
It's literally not hooked up to anything.
Two nurses were on shift when they found something strange. They walked past a hospital room that should have been empty, but the cardiac monitor inside was turned on. And when they checked closely, the monitor wasn't even plugged into anything. Still, the screen showed a perfect heartbeat signal. The nurses believed a ghost might be trying to communicate with them. So they spoke out and asked, "If you're really here, make your heart rate go faster."
Make your heart rate speed up if you're a ghost.
And then, it actually did. For those nurses, that silent room suddenly felt very full. Mysterious OT.
Okay.
Pasó algo.
After a long hospital shift, a few doctors were chatting outside the operation theater. Suddenly, a dark figure rushed past them and disappeared inside the room. They quickly followed to check, but what they saw inside was even worse. Medical machines had started moving on their own. No one was touching them. The dark figure had vanished, but its presence still felt real. The sight of machines moving by themselves right after that shadow appeared felt like something straight out of a horror film. The doctors didn't wait. They left immediately. Whatever that thing was, its secret stayed behind.
Juro que pasó algo, ¿eh?
Invisible conversation.
Okay, go. Who is it?
It's so weird.
Is it you?
Is it me? It's not me.
A mother was recording her daughter when something strange happened. The girl started whispering toward the corner of the room, talking to someone no one else could see. Then, the sink tap suddenly turned on by itself. At first, the mother thought it was a sensor, but when she checked, there was no sensor at all. Even more shocking, every time her daughter asked a question, the tap flowed like it was replying.
Beeps, are you seeing this?
Are you blonde?
I think it's red here.
Do you have red hair, like my friend? Do you have red hair?
And when she asked, "Are you a girl?" the water ran again.
Do it if you're a guy. Turn it on if you're a guy.
Nope.
So, you're a girl? You're a girl!
It was clear now. The ghost speaking to the little girl was a girl herself. Pink Girl. An old woman was admitted to a hospital room. Her son came to visit and saw her smiling and talking to someone. He asked, "Who are you talking to?" She pointed and said, "The little pink girl."
Can you see this little pink girl here?
The pink girl?
You can't.
No, I can't see the pink girl.
She's right there. But when he looked, no one was there. He got scared and recorded a video. Later, he posted it online, and many believe that the spirit of a young girl might really be in that room. It could be possible since many people have claimed to witness unusual things in their last moments.
Is she Chinese or Oriental?
Chinese.
Pardon me?
Chinese. Or
Chinese?
Mysterious hospital. A ghost hunter went to explore an old, abandoned hospital. It had been closed for a long time, but people still talked about it because of the strange, paranormal things linked to it. As soon as he stepped inside, the air felt heavy. The place was quiet, but something about it felt wrong. Then it happened. He saw a patient standing outside one of the rooms. Before he could react, the figure walked into the room and disappeared. He rushed in, but no one was there. Who was that? Where did it go? No one knows. For him, this wasn't just a ghost hunt. It became a nightmare he couldn't forget. Mysterious man. After hearing strange sounds near a room that had been locked for weeks, hospital staff grew suspicious. They checked the CCTV to see what might be causing the noise. What showed up left them shocked. Inside the sealed room, a strange figure appeared standing still, yet somehow unsettling. At times, it crouched in unnatural ways, then vanished without a trace. The hospital bed moved on its own, even though no one else was inside. The most terrifying part? The figure floated above the bed before the footage cut off, never to be found again. Creepy encounter. In the middle of the night, with complete silence in the hospital, something strange happened during a worker's round. He entered a ward and saw a patient whose body was moving in a very creepy way. It didn't look normal at all. He quickly checked the CCTV, and what he saw was shocking. A ghostly figure was moving around the ward, walking slowly like it didn't care who saw it. He started recording a video to tell everything to others, but just then, a baby ran behind him. The same baby who had passed away just a few weeks ago. Maybe he was back, or maybe he never truly left. Back from morgue. A shocking video from Russia left people speechless. A man who was declared deceased suddenly sat up. Caught on CCTV, he could be seen slowly rising from the stretcher, looking around, and walking away completely fine. This even left the hospital staff in disbelief, and the people who saw the video online also stated that this guy was under God's protection as he made it back to life. Mysterious figure. An unknown source shared CCTV footage online that left many viewers puzzled. The footage clearly showed a doctor trying desperately to save a patient during an operation. Despite their efforts, the patient couldn't be saved. But what happened next shocked everyone. A ghostly figure appeared, rising from the patient's body. People had different opinions about it. Some believed it was the patient's soul leaving the body. Others thought it was a ghost, a spirit that left after the patient passed away. Quick escape. A group of people was waiting for their turn for a checkup when something unexpected happened. A doctor suddenly ran toward them, terrified, and collapsed in front of them. Without a word, he quickly ran away. Just moments later, a wheelchair appeared on its own and began moving by itself. The people watching couldn't believe it. They felt an unseen presence in the hall, as if something paranormal was happening. Terrified, they quickly left the area. What really happened? No one knows, but the eerie feeling remained. Lost and changed. In an Indonesian hospital, a young boy went missing. His parents searched everywhere but found nothing. Later, CCTV footage revealed something chilling. The boy was standing still in one of the rooms the whole time, but he had turned into a ghost. His parents were seen on camera walking right through him, completely unaware. He didn't move, didn't speak, just stood there, as if trapped between worlds. Whatever his parents went through that day, no one could ever understand. Drag by darkness. This one happened near an IT park, and it's seriously creepy. A man was casually walking toward the exit of a hotel when something unexpected happened. Out of nowhere, a dark, shadowy figure appeared and launched straight at him. It wasn't just a shadow, it was a demonic entity, and it grabbed his legs, trying to drag him away. The man panicked, but didn't give up. He kicked, pushed, and somehow escaped from its grip. He ran without looking back. That moment turned into something he'll never forget, and I'm sure he'll never take that same path again. Room gone wrong. A hospital worker entered a morning staff-only room and noticed everything was a mess. To figure out what happened, they checked the CCTV, and after seeing it, they were completely shocked. And you might be too. The entire room had turned into chaos on its own. Items were falling off shelves, a chair moved by itself, and the cabinet drawer opened with no one around. No one could explain how or why it happened. All they knew was something had been in that room, and whatever it was, it seemed like it left a clear sign behind. Wall climber. In a small town in Mexico, people had been noticing strange activity near an abandoned hospital. To find out what was going on, they set up a CCTV camera close to the building. Their plan worked, but what the camera captured left them shocked. A strange dark figure, shaped like a human, was seen slowly climbing a wall in a creepy, unnatural way. It didn't look normal at all. The figure went up to the next floor like it lived there. People are now scared, unsure of what they're dealing with. Behind the door. During a late-night exploration of a haunted place, a group of people had a terrifying encounter. As they stood near a closed door, a strange figure appeared behind it just for a few seconds. No one could tell if it was a man or woman, but it clearly didn't seem normal. Its presence felt strange, and the way it moved was deeply unsettling. In fear, the group started reciting verses for protection. They weren't sure if the figure was possessed or something even darker. Whatever it was, no one had the courage to stay and find out. Unseen guest. If you think hotels are always safe and normal, watch this. A man was seen locking his room and walking away. Everything seemed fine, until something strange appeared in the hallway. A dark, shadowy figure suddenly showed up and passed right through the wall, entering the locked room. Yes, through the wall. The man had no idea what just happened behind him. He casually walked away, completely unaware of the presence just inches from him. It's scary to think how many times something dark might be around us, and we never even know it. Unsolved mystery. After watching this video, you might not have any explanation either. In a hospital in Romania, everything looked normal. People were sitting casually, some talking, some waiting. But then, in just 1 second, something unbelievable happened. Half of them vanished. They disappeared instantly, right in front of others. Confused people nearby looked around, shocked and scared. No one knew how it happened. Was it teleportation, a glitch in reality, or something darker, controlled by a powerful, unseen force? Till today, no one has been able to explain it. But one thing is sure, that moment changed how people saw the world around them. Stay nightmare. As I told you before, even hotels aren't always safe. And here's the proof. This man was casually walking through the hotel hallway when suddenly a dark, ghostly figure appeared right in front of him. It pushed him to the ground and grabbed his leg, trying to drag him away. He struggled hard and luckily managed to escape, but this short moment turned his entire stay into a nightmare. No one expected something like this in a hotel, but clearly some guests are not human. Kitchen surprise. A woman heard strange noises coming from the kitchen. When she went to check, she thought maybe a cat had gotten behind the shelf. So she placed a little toy nearby, hoping it would come out. But the moment she turned away, a scary-looking hand suddenly came out from behind and took it. She quickly moved the cloth and checked, but no one was there. Nothing at all. I guess staying in that house after this, definitely not easy anymore. Strange visitor. A security guard working at a law office shared CCTV footage that left everyone scratching their heads. A strange tall man walked into the building, dressed far too formally for the office. His face seemed almost unclear, like something was off. He walked straight to the receptionist, and after a brief exchange, something bizarre happened. She seemed almost hypnotized, like she was under his control. Without hesitation, she pulled something from her desk drawer, handed it to him, and left with him. The weirdest part? No one knows where she went after that, and the footage raised more questions than answers. Orbs before goodbye. A girl shared a CCTV video online recorded just one night before her mother passed away. The clip showed something strange. In the footage, several glowing orbs can be seen flying around the room. They move in unusual ways, not like dust or light. These orbs had a mysterious presence. The girl believed this might be the reason behind what happened to her mother. People online had mixed opinions. Some said they had seen the same thing around their loved ones before something serious happened. Others believed these orbs could be beings from another world. Silent warning.
Conchesum.
A man experienced something strange while visiting a hospital. He noticed a wheelchair nearby. At first, it looked still, but then it started to move on its own. He thought it was just his imagination. The wheelchair didn't roll randomly. It moved with direction, almost like it was signaling him to leave. Whatever it was, the man didn't stay there much longer.
Ándate la mierda.
Lost in hallway. In a hospital in Mexico, the security crew sitting in the control room saw a worker talking to someone. He appeared to be guiding someone down a hallway, speaking calmly as if giving directions. But there was one problem. There was no one there. Confused, they called the worker over and asked him about it. The worker said it was a woman, but then they showed him the footage and he was terrified. The worker couldn't explain what happened. He was left questioning if he had seen a ghost or if it was all in his mind. Scary experience. Another strange case came from a hospital in Indonesia. A security guard was seen talking to someone for quite a while. On camera, he looked calm, like he was giving directions. When the control room called him and asked what was going on, his answer stunned them. He said he was guiding an old man named Jason Phillip to a hospital ward, but the same ward he mentioned was where that man had passed away earlier. The strange part? No one else saw the man. It seemed only the guard could see his spirit, but why only him? That remained a mystery. The strange gate. In Tokyo, something unusual was captured at the gate of a hospital. At first, people were walking in normally as the gate opened, but then something strange happened. The gate started opening and closing on its own. Now you might think it's just a technical issue, but watch carefully. When the gate opened, two strange ghostly figures were clearly visible just outside. Because of them, the gate kept opening and closing by itself. Who were these figures? What were they? No one could ever figure it out. Passing presence. While working the night shift at a nursing home in Chicago, Jay Brown felt something unusual, like someone was nearby. But when he looked around, no one was there. Out of curiosity, he checked the CCTV footage. What he saw left him stunned. A grayish mist was floating past the front desk. It moved slowly, with no sound and no clear shape. Jay had no idea what it was. Was it a spirit? A shadow? No one could say for sure. What scared him more was the thought, how often does that thing appear when no one's watching? Rosales haunting. Something truly dark was caught on camera inside Rosales Hospital, and it left people disturbed. A man went to explore the hospital early in the morning. He had heard the strange stories and wanted to see if they were true. But what he recorded was far worse than expected. Inside the morgue hallway, objects and heavy machines continuously move on their own. There were no footsteps, no one nearby, just strange sounds and items shifting for no clear reason. Now, many locals believe something evil is attached to the building. Some even say a demonic presence might be hiding inside those walls. Haunted bed. This worker casually came to collect a single bed from outside the hospital, but things took a wild turn. The bed suddenly started moving on its own. He was shocked and didn't dare go near it. Instead, he rushed to the control room to check the CCTV footage. From there, it was clearly visible the bed was being moved by some unseen presence, maybe a ghost, a spirit, or something even darker. Beyond human. What you're about to see will leave you puzzled. Back in 2022, a man was passing by an abandoned hospital in Indonesia when he saw something strange. A woman in white clothes walked out of the building. Curious, he stopped to watch. Then, something happened that made no sense. She suddenly climbed a pillar and moved up to the next floor, as if it was nothing. It was clear this wasn't normal. Maybe she was possessed, or maybe something else had full control over her. The man ran from the place and never went back. Thomas Hospital. Thomas Hospital had been closed for a long time, but inside, everything was still in surprisingly good condition. A man decided to explore the abandoned place. He quietly moved around, observing everything. But being alone at night wasn't the best idea. Suddenly, he saw a strange figure in the corridor. It appeared and disappeared so quickly that it took him by surprise. Terrified, the man followed it, but when he reached the spot, the figure was gone. He realized this hospital wasn't meant for humans anymore. He quickly left and never returned again. Oscar. Hallway mystery. At Deer Park CBS in Cork, Ireland, one of the city's oldest schools, something strange was caught on CCTV around 3 a.m. The hallway was empty, but suddenly a door slammed shut on its own. Moments later, lockers began shaking. A locker door burst open with papers flying out, and a chair slid across the hallway without anyone nearby. Even a wet floor sign fell without reason. Some people said it looked like a classic poltergeist. Others believed it was a prank for Halloween. Real or fake, no one can say for sure. But one thing's clear, that hallway isn't so quiet at night. Soul leaving. In a small town in Peru, a nurse passed away while sleeping in the hospital. The next morning, everyone was confused. No one understood what had happened. To find answers, authorities checked the CCTV footage, but what they saw didn't bring peace. It brought more fear. Her soul was clearly seen leaving her body. Something that's usually invisible was now caught on camera. Locked house. A man was coming back from his late-night job when he noticed something strange. A nearby house locked and empty for a long time had its lights on, and music was playing. He walked a little closer to check, and what he saw, you need to see too. A strange humanoid figure was inside, probably dancing. Its fingers didn't look human at all, and its body posture was weird, almost like a witch. Right at that moment, he knew it was better to leave. And honestly, that might have been the smartest decision he ever made. Dark mystery. We often don't see what's really around us, but this patient noticed a dark, tall, ghostly figure standing still near the bed across from him. It didn't move, just stood there like it was waiting for something. He quickly told the staff, but they said no one was there. It was only visible to him, so he recorded it. And when he showed the video, everyone was shocked. Some believed it was an angel who came to take his soul. Others said it was something darker, maybe something ready to take over him. Haunted shift.
This is freaky.
A group of nurses decided to explore the old ER, an abandoned floor in their hospital that many staff avoid entering alone. At first, the nurses laughed and filmed their walk, but their moods quickly changed. One nurse stepped into a room, and suddenly, a curtain moved on its own. Shocked, she ran out immediately. Seconds later, a cane fell without warning. Another nurse captured the same moment from a different angle. Some believe the ghost of a child who recently passed in that room may be behind it. Others think it could be another spirit. Either way, the encounter left them all deeply unsettled.
It moved, yes it did. It did. How did you not see that?
Oh, okay.
Storeroom encounter. A worker had gone to the storeroom in the middle of the night to grab something, but what happened next left him shocked. Things inside started moving on their own. A few items fell off the desk, and even a trolley slowly rolled across the floor. It felt like something unseen was disturbed by his presence. One thing's for sure after that night, he probably never went back at that hour again. Haunted hospital. Santa Rosa de Copan Hospital in western Honduras is known for its strange paranormal events. One day, a man sitting in the corridor saw something unusual. From a nearby room, a strange, ghostly figure slowly began to emerge. It moved carefully and quietly, almost like it was aware of being watched. The man, terrified, left the area and later shared the video online. The video sparked mixed reactions. Some viewers shared that they too had experienced similar things there. Others believe the hospital was haunted by multiple ghostly figures. Unexplained distillate. An unusual incident was caught on tape inside the extract lab distillation room, and no one can explain exactly what happened. While an employee was working, a jar of full-spectrum distillate suddenly fell off a table. Shocked, the employee left the room to tell the CEO, Dr. John Thompson, claiming it was the work of a ghost. Dr. John didn't take it seriously and dismissed him. Soon after, another employee arrived to clean up the mess, but while on video, another jar of distillate moved on its own, slowly sliding to the edge of the table. The employee noticed and carefully placed it back. After the employee's claim, CCTV footage was checked, and it confirmed both their stories. But still, no one could explain how it happened. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. The man recording the video was admitted to the hospital, but what he woke up to was something no one expected. The girl near him was doing some really strange maneuvers. She was captured in terrifying position, almost like she wasn't human anymore. The patient who saw this couldn't even speak, just grabbed his blanket and watched in fear. No one knows what caused it, but one thing's clear: something strange was happening in that room.